What's cracking with y'all? It's your boy Prince the Hustle God, aka Wise the Warlock, aka Michelangelo the Madman, and we reaching in our combat tool bag one more again. Yes, sir, it is a cool black affair. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. LDBC only, LDBC or nothing, LDBC everywhere, LDBC versus everybody. So this video is on Stephen Fulton, aka Scooter, aka Coolboy Steph, and his recent words on the Brian Custer podcast. Shout out to Brian Custer, BC. He's doing great things over there with Showtime. Is an excellent analyst and martial artist himself. But let's dive right into it. So, Coolboy Steph, he spoke on a few things. One of them being his track record with having undefeated fighters in the bag, and his fighting undefeated fighters back to back, more so than anyone else in the game. From the Brandon Figueroas and down. He also spoke on doing it for him at this stage in the game, because there's been a lot of criticism, a lot of I'd say misplaced judgment as far as where he should be ranked on everyone's pound for pound list, seeing he has overall versatility and control in that ring, whether he's beating people up on the inside or the outside, or just putting on a master class of boxing overall. He's been able to essentially be the oracle for his own fortune. He's been able to literally call it and then walk it and go conquer it in the same manner that he stated, with the likes that we've only seen of like Muhammad Ali, that level of accuracy. But yes, part of him speaking on doing it for him is also because the outside criticism of the people for him not being undisputed, and I think that also plays into his location on the pound for pound list. And I fall under that same council of people who were criticizing him. And granted, it was an injury with MJ at one point in time, and then MJ just continued to go on and fight mandatories. And Coolboy, he was pretty blatant with it. He wasn't playing around at all. He was just like, MJ has essentially been fighting mandatories to duck him, and if MJ will finally stop ducking him and finally stop being scared, then we can get undisputed at 122 by the end of the year. But in the meantime, he's been itching and trying to make the biggest fights that he can make possible. Also hinted that he didn't want to waste any time making weight for any names that aren't major fights in the division. So he said while he's finishing his time up at 122 and looking at 126 and 130, he's trying to make the biggest and best fights, which brings us to the Monster Anyway fight. And when we look at the Monster Anyway fight, this is a fight that, again, him being on his oracle of his own fortune status, he stated years back to one of his trainers that he was going to have to go to Japan and fight anyway, and that was a fight that he had to make happen. And lo and behold, that's a fight that he was able to make happen against the wishes of his coach, against the wishes of his supporters like myself, against the wishes of his critics. Coolboy Steph is not only a pound for pound talent, but is a fucking dog when it comes to the sport of boxing, when it comes to combat, and when it comes to letting your nuts hang, like literally just standing on your word as a man and being about everything you say you about. He gets nothing but respect from me. He even hinted at in this interview with Brian Custer, he would have preferred this fight to take place on Ramadan while he was fasting because he loves to have his back against the ropes. This is someone who has a journeyman underdog mentality, but is a born bred champion. Kudos to coolboy Steph, always in your corner. You're a true PA player, and I'm from PA myself. I'm a PA player myself. I'm a stepper as well. But the way y'all doing it over in Philly right now, you're leading the pack right now as the only champion in Philadelphia right now, as well as being the best representation of PA that we got right now. So keep stepping on them. This was, again, just a recap on the Brian Custer interview and the level of dog that's in this man right now. And I'm thoroughly impressed, not by just what he says, because he's someone who is different from the rest, where when he speaks, he's not only backing up everything he's speaking, but he's backing it up to the detail in which that he articulated it. So if he's saying, I'm going to beat you up on the inside and beat you at your own game and bully the bully, we've seen him do it with Angelo Leo and Brandon Figueroa. If he says he's going to outbox you and stick and move, we've seen him do such things before. And I'm looking forward to this anyway. Coolboy Steph fight, and he said he has no message to send to anyway, besides he's done all of his talking and he went up and made the fight, chopped it up with Al Heyman, and they was just laughing and giggling on the phone and just made the shit happen. So see you in Japan. And again, shout out to coolboy Steph and Team CBS as well. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. You successfully reached in your combat tool bag one more again. Till next time, y'all. Deuces.